Hey everybody, and welcome back, living your best life. Hey Rich Kid, King Smith, how you doing? Hopefully everybody is doing well. I am back again for my second live today. I promised y'all 3 videos today due to the fact that I am a little bit behind. You blessed, thank you. I'm glad to hear that you are blessed, and thank you for joining me on this live. I just been doing some TV show reviews today. The one I did earlier, like an hour or so ago, that one was actually on The Housewives of Atlanta. For those of y'all who might watch that show, I did it. The episode was from last night, and also, excuse me, bless me, sorry about that. The show that I'm doing a review on right now is Good Girls, Season 2, Episode 3, and later, in probably about another hour or so, I'm probably taking me a little break, but I'm going to come back with you with the third review of today, which would be Married to Medicine, LA. Not Atlanta, because that season is over, and they now have a new segment of the show, Married to Medicine, LA. So I've been watching that, catching up on that, so I will come at you guys in a little while, in a couple of hours or so, with a review on that. But in the meantime, you guys, make sure you click the like button on your way in. Thank you very kindly. And those of you watching me on IG, make sure I see some hearts floating up in the air. Thank you very kindly. But so how many of you guys have been watching Good Girls? I actually didn't find out, I don't know if I said this before, but I actually didn't find out about this show until after season 1 had went off. And when I found out about it and it sounded interesting, I was like, oh, let me catch up. So I went to Netflix, and they had the entire season of season 1 on Netflix. So I was able to catch up, and starting on season 2, I started doing reviews on that one. It's a really good show, Rich Kid. It's kind of like the urban version. Not the urban version, but maybe the valley version or the bougie version. Set It Off. It's funny. I mean, it's really hilarious. But it also is suspenseful. It has some drama in it. But I think it's a really good show. And some of the characters I had never seen before. So this is a new cast of characters totally for me. But I actually like it. So I would check it out if I were you. But as far as, yeah, you have to see it. You have to see it. And actually it comes on regular TV too. On my channel, which is Dish, it comes on channel 6. So I have Dish. So I don't know what cable setup you have, but yeah, it's on local television. So I know a lot of people don't subscribe to like HBO or Showtime, stuff like that. So it's nice to have some good shows on regular TV. But the episode that I'm going to go over tonight is season 2, episode 3, and it was titled "You Have Reached the Voicemail of Leslie Peterson." And for those of y'all who watched it, y'all know exactly what that title means to the episode. But just to give you a little bit of last week, last episode, Boomer had, lied to Agent Turner, saying that he had been jumped by the ladies. The ladies, when I say the ladies, for those of y'all who haven't watched it, those are the 3 women who have got caught up with this really bad guy named Rio. He is like a thug. He is like a gangster, drug dealer, murderer, whatever. You name it. He's done it. So they got caught up with him because they accidentally stole some money from him. They did a hit on a store to steal some money. And come to find out, this gangster named Rio, he was putting his money through this store to clean his money. And they stole his money. So, anywho, they got basically caught up with him, and so they're trying to pay back all the money that they owe this man. So when I say the ladies, that's what I'm referring to. But Boomer, he had found out that the ladies, what they were doing, and he had tried to get Agent Turner, who works for the FBI, money laundering. Yep, that's what he was doing, trying to clean his money through money laundering. Yep. And Boomer, the guy who worked at the store, he found out they did it because he worked at the store. He was the manager. So he saw from the surveillance cameras. He was like, oh, I know that lady. She works here, and them is her homegirls. So while he was trying to tell the agent who these ladies were, the agent was like, I don't know. You barking up the wrong tree here. But finally, he convinced Agent Turner that these ladies really has been doing these robberies. So last episode, Detective Turner had told Boomer, either you testify or you gonna get locked up as a, because you know about them, conspiracy or whatever. And so he was like, okay, I'll do it. But then he had got kind of scared off because the ladies threatened to kill him. Remember, they put him out into the field and they was about to put a gun on him, but Beth couldn't do it. She couldn't do it, so she let him go. But she told him he had to leave town. And so he wanted some money to leave town, to relocate and start all over. I knew he wasn't going anywhere. He was just bluffing. He wasn't really going anywhere. But to save him some time from testifying, he lied to Boomer. He actually had that man at his job beat him up, beat him darn near to the white meat, and then showed up at the station talking about the ladies jumped him. So what had happened was Boomer was supposed to get in protective custody. Instead, he didn't. He didn't take up detective agent's offer. So he finds himself laid up at a hotel. Now, this is the crazy part. The lady who Boomer had basically tried to blackmail the ladies. Then another lady named Mary Pat. Y'all know her. She's the single mom whose husband had died, who Boomer had started, dating. And she started trying to blackmail them as well. Come to find out, Boomer, now I didn't realize this before, y'all. Last week, when I made my little statement about Mary Pat deserves everything coming to her. Like, she was blackmailing these ladies. She was charging them $10,000 a month to keep quiet about what she knew about them. $10,000 a month. So, when Boomer started blackmailing her, I was like, she got exactly what was coming to her. That's what she gets, for betraying those ladies. But then I didn't know that he was abusing her. And after this episode, now I see why she wanted him dead. He basically, after she had told the ladies where he was staying at, because they still want to kill him when they found out he didn't leave town. Beth, I knew she couldn't do it. Ruby, I was kind of on the fence about her because she looks like she can get a little gangster, but I don't know. I think she's a crybaby. May already wanted him dead because he tried to rape her. So, hey ASMR R3N33. How you doing? We just discussed in the last episode of Good Girls. And I was just talking about how May had been wanting Boomer, dead because he had tried to rape her. Thank God she fought him off, so he never could rape her. But he did end up sexually assaulting Mary Pat. So now Mary Pat told the ladies, I want him dead. Please do me a favor and kill him. So, I mean, it was either that or either Rio killed him, right? So they really didn't have no choice. I had thought that maybe May would be the one to kill him this episode. But when the ladies found out where he was laying his head at night from Mary Pat, and when they went to the hotel to wait for Boomer and he never showed up, I was like, oh my God, he done found out that the ladies, he was set up. Because Mary Pat called him lying. I miss you. The kids miss you. please, when are you coming home? Where are you at? Can I come see you? You know, da 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 da. And he gave her the address. But I guess maybe after that, Boomer was like, hold up. All of a sudden you miss me? Any other time you can't stand to be around me? You act like you don't want me to touch you or nothing? He knew what was up. So he returned back to Mary Pat's house. And when she opened the door, she was like she had seen a ghost. I did not expect what was going to happen next. Now, while the ladies was chilling at the hotel, I'm thinking, okay, Boomer probably called Agent Turner, you know, and basically said, the ladies, the ones who jumped me, that he lied about, the ladies, the one who jumped me is at the hotel room, you know, waiting to harm me or trying to harm me. That's what I thought. Especially when we heard the sirens, the police sirens. I'm like, oh, damn. They going down now. It's all over. It's a wrap. But that didn't happen. He never came. Agent Turner never came. No police ever came. But when he showed back up at Mary Pat's house, and he was like, what you still doing here? I thought you missed me. I thought the kids missed me. You just asked me for the address where I was staying so you come visit me. So what are you still doing here? I was like, I thought he was going to whoop her. I thought he was going to whoop her butt, beat her up or something like that. I did not expect for him to sexually assault her. That I did not expect. So when I said last episode that she got everything that was coming to her, I did not know that was part of the package. But anyway, she didn't deserve that. Nobody deserved that. And for that, he deserves to die. He deserves to die. Now, as I was saying earlier, did y'all think that the person who was going to hurt Boomer was going to be May or Beth? Because I thought it was going to be May because of the fact Beth, when given a gun by Rio, you know, last season, she couldn't kill him. She definitely didn't kill her husband. She couldn't kill Boomer. So I just knew it was going to be May. I just knew it was going to be her. But he dug himself, you know, a little further in that hole. And, you know, by assaulting Mary Pat. Now, before, when Mary Pat was blackmailing the ladies, you know, trying to get $10,000 from her. Hey, Itchy Guru, what's going on? How you doing this evening? Please, everybody, make sure you like this video when you come into the chat. Please make sure you like this video. And those of y'all on IG, please hit them hearts for me. Thank you very kindly. But he had dug a bigger hole when he had sexually assaulted and raped her. I don't know if he was doing that all along. The way she was acting now, when I look back at it, I'm like, I don't know if y'all could tell, but when I look back at it and see all the times when they would be like sitting in the living room watching TV, and the kids would be like, Mom, why does he got to be here? When is he going to leave? And she would try to console them. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And she was always looking kind of scared. Now that I think about it, at first I thought she was just looking like, oh, I can't stand this fool. He blackmailing me. How am I going to get rid of him? But now I look back and I'm like, oh, she was really scared. He probably was already assaulting her all along, but I didn't know. But anyway, Mary Pat and May both want Boomer to die. So the next morning, we saw her packing up all her stuff, quietly sneaking out the room, you know, sneaking out the house, got all the kids into the car. What happened next, y'all? I was hollering. When he came to the door and saw her about to drive off in that minivan and try to run out and chase her down, I'm thinking, oh, she out of there. She about to burn rubber and get out of there and take off, never to see him ever again. Instead, when he ran out the door towards the driveway, she hurried up and put the car in reverse and ran his ass over. I was like, what? No, she did. She backed. I was like, okay, he ain't dead. She probably just hit him. He done flew in the grass somewhere in a bush. But he was dead. He was really dead. I was like, oh my God. Mary Pat was the one to do it. I thought it was going to be May. But, you know, I didn't see that coming. But she ran over him. And then when she went and told the ladies, y'all, when she told the ladies, I was gagging. She sat down and she was like, y'all, um, see what had happened was, okay, she told him, I accidentally ran over him. She made it seem like it was an accident. They was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, they trying to figure out a way for the police to believe this story, you know, from him being dead. And they was like, okay, cool. The police will believe that. You know, he was behind the van. You didn't see him. You accidentally ran him over. Cool. Wash your hands. We free. Then she said, but but see what had happened was I moved the body. They was like, what you mean you moved the body? You didn't just leave it there? We gotta call the cops because you just ran them over. We can make that look real. She was like, well, I didn't want the kids to see the body. I was cracking up. She was like, okay. We said, okay. We can understand that. The police, you know, they might believe that. You ran them over. The kids was in the car. You didn't want them to see the body. So you moved the body. Then she said, but see what had happened was the body, it started to smell because, you know, it was a really hot day and it started to smell. And they said, okay, the body started to smell. What are you trying to say here? So she done put his body in an old meat locker that her husband used to use when he was hunting. I was like, oh my God. Okay. They like, okay, maybe we can convince the police to believe that. It makes sense. You ran him over accidentally. You didn't want the kids to see him. You moved the body. He got hot. He started to stink. You put him in the freezer. Then she said, but, see, what had happened was his body, it started to, you know, bloat and get really, you know, big because of all that gases on the inside of his body. And they was like, okay, what you trying to say? She was like, so, and Ruby, she was cracking me up, the black one, the black lady in the group. She was cracking up. She was like, what she do? She said, so, he wouldn't fit in the freezer? That's when they lost it. They was like, what did you do? What do you mean he didn't fit in the freezer? Well, see, what had happened was, y'all know those electric knives people use around Thanksgiving? Man, if y'all saw this show, I swear to God, I was in tears. I'm like, she done cut the man's body up and threw him in the freezer. No, the police is not going to believe that. The police is not going to believe this is an accident. Nope. It ain't going to happen. So they up there trying to figure out what the hell we going to do now. You know, we have to get rid of this body. What are we going to do? Where are we going to get rid of this body? So they ended up taking the body to the landfills. Ruby had got that idea from her daughter, because she was doing a research on all the trash and, you know, in the city and how big the landfills was and, you know, what it's doing to the, you know, the ecosystem and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So she was like, I think we could drop his body off there. This whole time I'm picturing her cutting this fool up like a Thanksgiving turkey. Like, she done probably sawed off his arms, his legs, his torso, everything. And I can imagine she probably had a little joy in it since he did rape her. So I'm going to give her a pass on that. I'm going to give her a pass. But one thing they didn't do, y'all, I'm like, how smart do you have to be to check his pockets? They wrapped this fool up, put him in a trash bag, duct taped him. I mean, he looked like a rolled up piece of carpet. Bloated, stinking, cut up, and they threw him in the landfill in a dumpster. And when they walked away, you heard ring, 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 ring. Hey, Pushpa. How you doing? We just discussing Good Girls, the last episode of Good Girls that came on the other day. Hey, Johnson, Tracy Johnson on IG, what's going on? But they didn't check his pockets. So this fool, he had a phone in there. I'm like, okay. Last episode, Rio said he was going to teach Beth how to kill somebody with a gun. He obviously only schooled her on killing one-on-one because they didn't check his pockets. His ID and everything was in his pockets. His phone was in his pockets. But how y'all feel about May? Okay, May at first, she was the first one who wanted him dead. He tried to rape her. So she been wanting him dead. So after they had done the deed, well, actually, Mary Pat done the deed, but they helped her get rid of the body. So after the deed was done, okay, Rio's off their back for now because he had told him, you either kill Boomer or I'm killing y'all. So he's off their back for now. They done got the job done. But afterwards, May, she was all in her feelings. When they got the phone from his body, it started to ring again. May looked at the caller ID and realized it was Boomer's grandma who had called him like 11 times trying to, wondering where he was. She went to select the voicemail. And Beth was like, don't do it, sis. Don't do it. Now, them two are sisters. May and Beth are sisters. And she was like, don't do it, sis. Don't do it. Don't listen to the voicemail. Don't play the voicemail. She plays the voicemail and it's Boomer's grandma. Boomer, I'm just checking on you. I forgot to pick up something for the roast at the store. Something she was saying about the roast. And then she called back again. You know what, Boomer? I forgot the roast. Y'all keep in mind, she's old. She's kind of senile. So she's really forgetful. She was like, I forgot the roast at the store. Could you pick up the roast? He's not answering or returning calls. She's leaving more and more messages. I'm beginning to worry. Another message. Oh, it's getting late. Another message. I mean, she's going through all these voicemail messages, and the more and more she listens to the messages, she starts getting more and more like in her feelings and ends up crying and bawling. And I'm like, what the hell? Why is you crying? He tried to rape you, girl. You wanted him dead. He's dead. Now you up here feeling all emotional because his grandmother most likely won't see his body again. Dead or alive. But I'm like, how y'all feel about that? Like, now I'm starting to worry. Like, okay. May is having this breakdown and she's crying and snotting and stuff and they comforting her. Like, I hope she doesn't end up being the weak link in all this, and hopefully, she won't get them caught or have a detective, because what happened was after that, Mary Pat, she went to the detectives and I don't know if they planned this or what, or she is going to stab the ladies in their back. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But she went to the detective, Agent Turner, and told him that Boomer is missing. And she haven't seen him or heard from him in a long time. And he was like, oh, he's okay. I talked to him. I'm sure he's safe and all that because he had told him to lay low. Do y'all think she's going to stab the ladies in the back? Because at first they did say, let's just leave this alone. Let her take the fall. Call the police. She didn't cut him up. He's in her basement and her deep freezer guy ran over with her car. But then Beth was like, no, we can't do that. Because if we do, it might backfire on us. Because she might be like, okay, I'm not going down by myself. I'm not going down by myself. And then there's phone records, between the two of them, and money transactions, and they might get caught up anyway. So I don't know. I'm feeling some type of way about this, and I think that she might possibly try to turn on them. But y'all let me know what y'all think. And also, as far as May, well, not May, I'm sorry. As far as Ruby, when she was sitting on the bed after, everything was over, and the next morning her husband woke up, he was like, dang, where was you? You had to work all night? She's up there crying and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? Is she about to tell him what they did? Because they just started talking again and just started sleeping in the same bed again because he was pissed off. He's a officer of the law, not top flight. But he's an actual sworn in officer of the law. And when he found out about them robbing people, he was pissed off because, he's accessory. That's his wife. His children's mother could go to prison for a very long time. But he ended up helping them and stealing some evidence so they wouldn't get caught. Now I'm up here like, no, the heck she ain't about to tell him that they done just not murder somebody, but still they help hide the body. But instead she tells him, I did something really, 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 really bad that you might be upset about. He's like, what? I'm like, oh shit, here it go. It's over. It's over now. But instead she told him, last week I wrote a check to some paycheck advance people, payday loan people, whatever. And I knew you probably wouldn't agree. I basically forged your name on the documents. And I'm feeling really bad about it. Thank God he was like, oh, well, okay. Why'd you do it? She said she had to pay some bills. I don't know. She said she had to pay some bills. Obviously, she didn't have to pay no bills. She was trying to pay off. She had got the money for Boomer, for him to go out of town and leave them alone. He didn't do it. So, lost the money there. Now, at the end of the episode, we see, and man, I don't know. For y'all that watch this show, I keep saying that I think Rio secretly has a crush on May. If y'all don't know why I keep saying that, if y'all notice at the end of this episode, when Rio was talking to her, tell me he did not look like he wanted to jump her bones. I was like, it's something there. It's something there. I just feel it. And I know he's a gangster. He's hard. He's a murderer. And he keeps threatening to kill her every time we turn around. But it forcing them to work for him to, make up the money they stole. But I'm telling you, I think he really, really likes her. In the last episode, at the end, when he said he was going to teach her how to shoot somebody, how to kill somebody, the way he was like touching her face and moving her hair out this way, all delicately and stuff, I was like, man, they going to smash. They going to smash. Mark my words, they going to smash. I know I be reaching sometimes, but I really believe that they going to end up in bed together. But this time at the end of the show, he had after they had, did the deed and everything, she was sitting there talking to her husband, opened up the mail. It was a key and an envelope to a storage unit. When she went to the storage unit, what do y'all think was in that storage unit? They didn't show it, but for the next episode, they showed a preview. And May, she was flipping through a large stack of cash. Her husband, Bev's husband, he was like, what are we going to do? We can't just take his money. You just want us to take his money and just leave and just start right over? We can't do that. So I'm assuming that it's just a whole bunch of money in there. But it might also be other stuff like stolen goods, like maybe guns, maybe drugs. I don't know what all is in that storage unit, but I know it has something to do with money, or either it was money, because Bev had a stack. I mean, it looked about this big that she was going through, just her alone. So I'm just going to assume there's some money in there. And I'm also going to assume that he's trying to sell them. Like, I'm sorry, buy them. Every time they seem to have completed something, a task that he gives them, he holds something else over their head. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think is going to happen. For those of y'all who watched the episode, let me know what y'all think is going to happen. For those of y'all who didn't watch the episode, like I said, this show is a really, really good show. It's funny. It has comedy in it. It has drama in it. It has, like, gangster in it. Like, gangster, like, shooting, killing, bang, bang, kidnapping. You know, all kind of stuff in this TV show. It's all over the place. So, you know, some of y'all might really take a lot of interest in this show. I recommend it. I truly, truly recommend it. Season 1 is on Netflix. You can watch the entire season on Netflix. But the regular channel that it comes on, again, is Channel 6. At least that's the channel on Dish. So you got to check your local listings. It's called Good Girls. So y'all need to check it out. But anyway, in the meantime and in between time, Primetime Squad, I am done with this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was my second review of the day. My last review of the day, number 3. That's going to be over Married to Medicine LA, Los Angeles. They have a new segment to the Married to Medicine, I guess it's like the sister show to Married to Medicine Atlanta. So it just started coming on like a few weeks ago. I'm caught up with it, so I'm going to do that live probably around like 9:30-ish. I'm going to take a little break since I just did 2 reviews. So probably around 9:30-ish, I'll come back at you guys with Married to Medicine LA. And you guys, before you leave, make sure you hit that like button, show me some love, and if you guys are not in bed or busy later, come back and join me for my 3rd review of the day on Married to Medicine LA. In the meantime and in the between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces. See you later.